Hello, everyone. GoldenHawk here, and I'm coming on tonight to speak about the Sematawny and the Egyptian rods. Probably very few people know what the Sematawny is. Some of you do out there, I'm sure, though, because some of you come out of some pretty heavy-duty esoteric courses and groups. And the Sematawny is called the joining of the two lands or the binding of the two lands um, to be Upper and Lower Egypt. Uh, Dates back a couple different eras, but it's actually much older than the coming of Amenemhet the First, even. And it's very, very ancient. And the Sematawny is actually the binding together of the two lands. The center part of the Sematawny actually represents the Corpus Coliseum and the different levels of the lotuses on the one side and the papyrus on the other side have to do with the two sides of the brain and the different hurts. And the rod work has been very powerful in the past, but over the last 2 weeks, I have been making some major adjustments with it, with Kata, and actually did some work with a couple other people. Joe came in last night for some final pieces. Weren't able to film to do the videos for the classes yet, but everything else is ready. And now that the hurricanes died down a bit, I believe that our new camera will get here so that we'll be able to go ahead and film the very important video pieces. The Sematawny course is going to be a live course to start out with, and I will be taking enrollment very shortly. I know that a lot of people have been doing abundance work, and they're doing frequency matching, and that really doesn't work unless the old pattern is released, disconnected. The circuit is broken from what's very deep in the theta level brain. And because we don't know what's in the theta level, because it's the subconscious, it takes a very special type of bridging in order to basically push the button on both sides, both hemispheres, and create a hemisync, and then bring in what is wanted for the future and actually bring it in to the areas where the old structure has been short-circuited, to actually bring that new structure in consciously. And the very deep importance of that hemisync and the rod work, allowing you to actually track the patterns with the auric field and your personal information field. Super powerful class. Creating the correct structures has happened. I was able to bridge the arc and create the energetic arc that actually had the energy pieces visibly for me and a couple of the other people moving out. Really went very deep. This can be worked with the ancestral work. I am absolutely thrilled with the new pieces. We've been doing this. Hello, Gina. We've been doing this. Kat and I have been working on this along with the Netters course, and getting that piece up and running, and doing a slight brush up for the accelerated course because I wanted to update the workbook before we went further, and it's very, very close. Everything should be launching in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Enrollment starting, and I did connect with my stone person, and I have been able to get fluorite rods made to go with the selenite, along with the choice of quartzes with the strips. I get a fabulous price for Hanleys. And so if people need to purchase rods, we'll have uh, sets of rods available with most likely free shipping and a small discount. I'm not stepping on anything. I want everybody to be able to get this stuff at a really good price if they decide they want to buy a kit to do it. I have had problems matching stones before, but not big ones. I mean, when I find the ones that balance out. So I will be putting a list up of stones that work real well for different types of balancing. And this work goes very, very deep. It goes into ancestral, as I said, very simple, extremely direct. I did rod works for a long time, and this is about 5 steps up from the last rod work that I did. We are combining some pieces from EFT. There'll be pendulum and dowsing work in it. Super simple. The rod work itself, uh, the short circuiting. There'll be a little introduction to the wondrous netter circuit, the lady of the circuit, poisons and antidotes. She's invoked in this work, and so is Sachat, the record keeper, and really nice triangulated third netter. Quite often people choose Pita or Tejote, and you don't have to work with the netters if you don't want. They will step up if you are working with them, and you're going to get the triangulation you need for the work that you're doing. The amount of burden that stripped from me at the working from the piece that I did last night was almost unbelievable. I've done a ton of work, and I really believe that you can't teach anything that you haven't experienced, and that it usually is in a state of ongoing perfecting. So there's shifts and there's room for improvement. And this has been big. I was able to actually work on one of the gals in the group today. She came in for a private session with me. It was great to see her, Mara, and we did some field tracking work that came in partially with this Sematawny, and super fabulous. I am going to be short today because I dropped a cat off at the airport, and I'm getting ready to take off myself. Joe will be joining me we've got meetings in Arizona, and we've got some gals coming in from LA, and probably about 7 or 8 of the pharaohs will be coming together and doing some further work. And I am very excited about the outcome. I will be going live from Arizona. I'm not sure at what point. I love you all. I'm so glad that you've come to join me in this work. And so many of you are so willing to really look at yourselves and find a place of fearlessness to step forward. I'm so happy you're volunteering to begin to learn about who you really are how fabulous you are, and that there's a piece inside you that is on the brink, on the edge of stepping into power. It'll be a couple days. I'll be flying tomorrow, as I said, and Neverga.